I like to say that I enjoy biopics. I find them enjoyable, despite the fact that they fall short in certain areas. Sometimes the characters don't look like them. Sometimes the actual character portraying the real individual look better looking and all that shit. I will get into that in another video. That's going to come up too. So I've been wanting to talk about that for a while. Overall, I enjoy them. And it's really entertaining to watch, especially if they're music based. You can listen to the songs, sing along with the songs, the perform and everything. My favorite is The Temptations that came out in the late 90s. It was made for TV biopic. Very, very good. I really enjoyed that. That got me into The Temptations. And to this very day, I listen to their songs. And I love David Ruffin. David Ruffin is my favorite member of the group. So there you go. I like them all. All of them have a unique voice. They each brought different things to the group, which made the group great. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, let's get to the subject of the video. A Gary Coleman story. I mean, I was inspired to do this video by running across, I think it's called Celebrity Underrated. I am so sorry if I got it wrong. I know that it's a YouTube channel called Celebrity Underrated, and I think that's what it was called, Celebrity Underrated. And it was, Gary Coleman was the subject. It was short, basically, talk about his life and what led up to his death and how he lived and all that shit. And I was thinking like, I wouldn't mind seeing a biopic made off him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it would be great. I'm surprised it never came up one, or talks of one hasn't happened since he's passed on. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was murder, but I digress. But yeah, I was thinking it would be a challenge to make a Gary Coleman movie. It's hard enough to find the regular cast of the movie. It's hard enough to do that. And it seems to be harder to find a child to cast a child's role. You know what I'm saying? To find a cast for a child. And I think that's even harder than adult cast. I don't know why, but I think it is. But the case of Gary Coleman, you should know who he is. Different Strokes. He played Arnold. And he's like, "What you talking about, Willis?" He's famous for that fucking line and shit. That was his only role he ever had. Once the show canceled, he pretty much went downhill. What can I say? You know what I'm saying? He was known to have an attitude problem and all that. He even assaulted somebody who was trying to get his autograph when he was trying to pick up a bulletproof vest for a security job. Somebody spotted him and they said, "Oh, Gary, can you sign money?" I guess he got mad and punched her. Ridiculous. She sued and won, Stupid shit. I remember hearing about this story a long time, years ago. I said, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But anyways, the casting of Gary Coleman will be difficult to me because you have to either find an adult with the same condition as he had and that looks like him, and that could portray the role as believe, like they resurrected him, they brought him back to life to play the movie. You know what I'm saying? Or if you can't find anyone that looks like him that has this condition, you will have to find, which I think is going to be harder, a child actor that looks like Gary Coleman. Okay? And not only that, you might find a child that looks like him, but this child is going to have to be about 9 years old, 8, something like that, 10, no more than 10 years old. And this child will have to act like an adult that looks like a child. I I think that's a lot to look for. They're gonna really have to hit the fucking nail on the head if they find a child that's willing to portray this Gary Coleman's character, even though he's really in real life he's a child, but he's acting like an adult that looks like a child. I'm not saying it's impossible because I know it's not. I've seen a movie where it happened. I'm not finna mention the movie. I'm not finna because if I talk about it as to how I know it's possible, I'm gonna spoil the fucking twist in the movie. I can't talk about it without spoiling. I try to figure out ways to talk about it without spoiling the movie. So I'm not going to mention the movie. I'm not going to say it. But I've seen it done, and I was impressed. So I know it can happen. Put it that way. And that's going to be hard. Because not all children can't fucking act. Let's face it. Let's fucking face it. I mean, I've seen some child actors in movies that can't act for shit. They can't. They're just acting like they're being children in the movie, you know. They can't act. I'm trying to find an example. It was one kid in this movie. I was like, he can't fucking act for shit. But they look, oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute and all that shit. It's like, can he fucking perform? You know what I'm saying? He's not a Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning acted her fucking ass off as a child. She was fantastic. Fuck the fact she was cute. So what? She acted her ass off. She was believable in her roles. You fucking believe this shit. That's what they're going to have to find to cast Gary Coleman. I think that's going to be the hardest cast. It's Gary Coleman. Everybody else you can find. That's going to be a challenge too, don't get me wrong, but I think the hardest is going to be finding cast for Gary Coleman, especially if you're looking for a child that not only looks like him, but that can portray a role. You know what I'm saying? So, and that child can't be no more than fucking 10. I mean, like, we might be asking, like, what about making him older? Because I know when he was younger, he had the pudgy cheeks and shit. When he got older, he started looking more gaunt. And he had, like, we have makeup and fucking 3D effects now. We have technology that can make the child age to look like, you know what I'm saying? Gary Coleman and shit. We got makeup and that shit. That shit can happen. It can work. And that movie that I mentioned earlier about the child portraying a role, so what? I didn't know if she was an adult or a child. I couldn't fucking tell. Okay. They put makeup on her that made her look older after she, you know. So I'm like, it can be done. Put it that way. It can be fucking done. And I'm sorry. I apologize for this in advance. If you mentioned in the comment the movie that I'm talking about, I might delete it. It depends on why you're mentioning it. I'm sorry. I usually don't delete comments, but I don't want people to be spoiled, because if I talk more about this actress, okay, in this particular movie, I'm gonna spoil the fucking twist of the movie. That's gonna make you not want to watch it because you already know what the fuck the conclusion is. You know, so please don't mention the movie in the comment section, please. If you figured it out. I mean, I do have a Twitter page. You can play the guest game and DM me in the guest game in Twitter, okay? It's Chromosome 99. You should be able to find me easy. DM me. Don't put in the comment sections, you know. Because, like I said, I don't want the twist to be revealed, because it's a damn good movie that I'm thinking of. I'm just trying to convince you that it can be done. That's what I'm saying. There are fantastic child actors out there, you know, that can portray the role to the T. And speaking of which, the child actor in RoboCop 2 impressed me. You know what I'm saying? He was still the character that he played was a child. You know, he was an adult, but he carried himself like an adult when he conducted business. And he was convincing. So that's an example right there. Terminator 2, the kid in Terminator 2. You know, it was like he was all adult and business oriented. He played it well. So they could definitely find one for Gary Coleman. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, so I'll be interested in seeing a Gary Coleman movie. I really would. And if this is a child that they find for this role, and he plays it to make me believe that's Gary Coleman, that no medal in the world, no award, no trophy, or anything you can give him in the world would be enough. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. I mean, that will be phenomenal work. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Gary Coleman movie. I would love to see it done. I would really commend Hollywood if they could pull it off. They're gonna have to find a good director that's dedicated and shit, that really wants this done. And I mean, the stars have to align in the right place for this movie to be successful. It really does. I just feel it's going to be a tough task to produce, to develop. Not develop, that's what I meant to develop this movie. Tough task. It may be hard. It's producing. You know, some companies may not want it for some fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? But they'll keep trying to. Some companies gonna give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's the production part. But the development part is going to be the bitch. So, I got a feeling if done right, it's going to be a fantastic movie. Fantastic biopic. You know, I feel it should be made. Yeah. I mean, I found it interesting, his backstory. His mother was homeless when he was born. He's born in the 60s. I think it was in the mid-60s he was born. And she was homeless, and she had the baby at a hospital, and he was raised by surrogate parents. And they both had the last name Coleman, so that's his last name. And he saw a cousin modeling or something like that, and he expressed his desire. He wanted to be an actor. He wanted to be on TV too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just felt it interesting, a little backstory that's known about Gary Coleman. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, man. With that being said, it's Y Chromosome signing out. Peace and love. Good health to you all, and be safe out there.